Hi, Bia.
Hi. Oh, there you are. Hi.
Here I am. How are you?
My tummy is full of Thanksgiving dinner and dessert. So I just had barely an hour to digest. So I'll do my best.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're brave. But actually, we're not going to work too intense. So hopefully you'll be okay. So that was nice. You had family?
Yeah, we have one family coming down because our grandson came back from Bozeman and we're gone for Thanksgiving to Boise. So this was the only chance to do our little Thanksgiving thing with him. And then we're flying to Boise, Idaho for the other part of the family. What are you planning?
Well, actually, I just had a surprise visit from my son this afternoon because he's going away for Thanksgiving. So I'm not going to do anything special because yeah, but that's fine actually because I don't have any family around here or anything. And he's always been gone except for the last 2 years he was here. And during the pandemic I got to see him so much. And
oh, nice.
Yeah, but anyway, so I'm not doing anything special. I'm actually teaching.
So you're ordering in Chinese food. That's kind of the joke. Oh no, that's at Christmas for Jewish people, right? They have to order in Chinese food.
Yeah, kind of. But lots of times I kind of it's kind of a retreat for myself. I kind of can do whatever I want to do, and yeah, I don't mind. I have lots of things that I want to do online that I have recordings of, yoga things, Pilates things. So anyway.
So you're set for the weekend, set for the holidays.
I guess I'm set. Yeah, exactly. But it was such a beautiful day today, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just beautiful. Yeah. We went on a walk. That's what we usually always do. Okay. Well, I don't know if anybody else is going to come, but they probably will, but we'll go ahead and start. And so I think I will probably, can I leave the sound on? Would you be comfortable with that?
My sound?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I might go ahead and turn it off if somebody else joins. Well, I would turn it off if somebody else joins. Do you have a Pilates ring?
No, that's the only thing I still don't have.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I should get one.
Yeah, I can let you know where to get them if you want. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
After class. Do you have a block or a strap?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you'll be okay. I'm not going to use it that much. We're also going to use the roller and possibly a ball. The ball is your discretion. Okay.
Yeah. Everything except for the ring. I have everything except for the ring.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll tell you what to do. So go ahead and seated. So you'll be down towards the edge of your mat here. Sit with your feet a comfortable distance apart, and then go ahead and hold on to your shins. And we're going to begin rounding the low back. And we're going to start going backwards here, and then just lift the chest. Coordinate this with your breath. So you can kind of think of this as a cat stretch and an inhale and extending the chest up. When you're rounding, try to round from the lower abdomen and the low back, and just let the upper back kind of follow. Now, if this feels pretty easy, transfer your hands to underneath the thighs. And again, we'll do the same thing, but now you'll be able to go back further. And you can still use the hands to help bring you up. Try to coordinate a lift on the inhale, and you'll go down on the exhale. And let's do one more. And then sit up nice and tall, turn to your left, bring the left hand behind you. And then turn to your right, try to sit up nice and tall. Turn back to the left, press the left hand down, get a little taller. Reach out through the crown of the head. And then twist to the right, press down with the right hand, get a little taller here. Coming back to center, again, hands come under the knees, posterior pelvic tilt, and go ahead and lean back. And then straighten out your left leg, and we're going to do the same thing. So you're going to lift your heart, and then back down, and come on up, and back down. You can reach that left arm forward, and let's do one more. And then stay back and hold both of the legs. Pull the pubic bone towards the navel more. Hold with the left hand, straighten the right leg out. And again, we'll lift up and lower back down. Try to pull the abdomen back to bring yourself up. And of course, that left hand is there if you need it. And one more. And now use both hands, bring yourself back up. And then take the hands behind you, take your feet wide on the mat, and then windshield wiper the legs from one side to the other. And as you're taking legs one side to the other, notice what you're using to initiate the movement. Is it the hip? Do you move from the knee? Or is it the foot and the ankle that seem to lead the way? And then take the knees up to the ceiling, press with the hands. And as you're pressing with the hands, open up your chest. Feel the back muscles pull the shoulder blades down. Now bring your feet that closer in, so probably maybe hip distance like they were before. And we're going to go back to the posterior tilt, this time bending the elbows, and then lift the chest again. So the same action is what we were doing before. And now you're feeling more use of the arms and the back and the shoulder girdle. One last one here. Good. And then go ahead and lengthen the legs out forward. And we'll take a stretch over the legs. Trying to get a hamstring stretch here. Push down through the front of your thighs. And then soften the low belly away from them. And then pull the toes back towards you. So whether you can reach your toes or not, go ahead and pull them back towards you. And then I want you to keep the left toes pulling back, and push your right foot away. And when you push your right foot away, you're going to start getting a stretch in front of the ankle. And then pull the right toes back and push your left toes away. When you point the left foot, draw the arch of the foot up into the body. And then switch again, draw the left toes back, point your right toes, lift the arch. And then one more time, pull the right toes back, point the left, and you'll lift the arch. And then go ahead and take the hands behind you again. From here, if it's comfortable on your back and your hips, you're going to glue the legs together. So squeeze them together and then draw up again here as like you're zippering tight pants. And we're going to come backwards here just like you did before. Now try to keep the weight light on the hands, and you're going to draw the right knee in and draw the left knee in. And from the abdominals, draw the right leg in and the left leg in. And again, I'm light on the hands. I'm feeling it's the ab pulling in that's drawing that knee in. Finish with the left leg coming in. And then go ahead and take another stretch. Stretch up and over an imaginary ball and stretch out your low back. Pretend I'm pulling your ribs and your waistline back. And then squeeze the legs together again. And again, come backwards. Now, here's where it's possible you might want to use a ball underneath your low back. It just depends. So we're going to pull the pelvic floor up again. And now you're kind of more towards the top of the sacrum, bringing the hands here in a namaste position. So take support behind your back if you need it. Look down at your hands, and then keeping the hands glued to the center of the chest, you're going to turn your ribs off to your left, still looking down at your hands. Notice it's not a very big turn. And then turn to your right again, now looking down at the hands. And then turn back to the left again, hands glued to the middle of the chest. And then take the gaze upwards, and you'll probably be looking at the corner of the mat. And then look down at the hands, turn to the right, and then take your gaze up again. You'll probably just see the corner of the mat there. And then look down, turn to the left, and then take that gaze up again. And this time, see, can you bring the hands behind your head? Oh, and that should feel like a lot more ab work. And then take the hands back onto the heart, twist to the right, take the gaze up. And then here we'll see adding hands behind the head, quite a bit more ab work. Hands come onto the heart, return into the center, pull your shoulder blades forward, and then come up and over your abs and stretch out the back again. And then we're coming back into that same position. So you'll pull your arms forward at first, pull back again from pubic bone to navel, and then again, attach the hands onto the heart, okay? And so here again, you can have that ball support. We're gonna do the same twist to the left. This time, draw the left knee towards you and straighten it out. And then right knee comes in and you're twisting right. Remember, the gaze is just going to be to the corner of the mat. So you shouldn't be taking the arms away from the chest. It's just a little turn. You should take the gaze just to the corner of the mat. We'll finish on the right side. And then reach the arms forward again. And one more spine stretch here. Come up and over, an imaginary ball right on top of your thigh. And now sit up, reach the arms forward again, and then find that posterior tilt. And then you're going to lay the spine down a little bit more. As you lay your spine down and pull the abs back, you pull the shoulder blades forward from underneath your armpit. You may need to bend your knees a little bit here to go down with control. Try to put another piece of your spine down. And we're going to keep going all the way down until you're flat on the mat, and then you'll walk your feet in. So bringing the feet in closer towards the sit bones, line your heels up with your sit bones. And now with the arms at the side, I'm going to ask you to press, actually, before we do that, let's work with the breath a little more here. So put one hand on your belly and one hand on the chest. And then I just want you to breathe and observe the breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Notice if you can feel the belly rise and the belly fall. I'm going to do mute here while you keep breathing. And then I want you to start trying to breathe in deeply into the back of the ribs. So take a breath into the back of the ribs. And then as you breathe out, I want you to let the abdomen sink down into the back of the body. So breathing in, directing it backwards. And then when you exhale, let the abdomen fall back towards the spine. So a couple more breaths, directing the breath into the back of the ribs. Abdomen falls, one more. And then please bring the hands by the side body. Now I'd like you to press into your feet and let the pelvis do what it naturally would do. You'll feel that you went on to the top of the sacrum. And then I want you to pull the feet towards you, and you're going to feel that you rock towards the bottom of the sacrum. Again, push into the feet. We'll go into a posterior pelvic tilt this way, and then pull the heels towards you and onto the bottom of the sacrum. Let's keep doing this. And notice that normally I don't tell you to push into the feet, right? Normally I tell you that we're doing this from our abdominals. So the next time that you press into the feet and you feel the low back flatten, now I'm going to ask you to try and carve out the abdominals, hold that flat back from the abdominals, and then keep abdominal engagement and pull the heels towards you as you go more to the bottom of the sacrum. From here, we're going to try the same posterior tilts, but this time no feet. And I want you to work from the sit bones. So on the exhale, you're going to draw your sit bones together and lay the upper part of the sacrum on the mat. And then spread the sit bones apart, and you'll come back to the bottom of the sacrum. Pull the sit bones together, and you'll lay the upper part of the back on the mat, and then take the sit bones apart. So working a different way, sit bones draw together, and the low back muscles are flat on the mat, and then pull the sit bones apart. And we'll do one more like this, and then come back to a neutral position in the spine. Holding the spine neutral now, pull the sit bones together and pull the muscles near the sit bones there up into the body. So we're beginning to engage that deeper core unit. We'll want to keep that going on as you pull the pelvic floor muscles up. You'll feel that you can broaden the back of the sacrum, but draw the front together. And then draw the knees in towards you. And once again, we're going to let the low back flatten. Letting the low back become flat here. And then holding the shins or the knees, you're going to take the thighs to a vertical position, pull the sit bones together, and then press your knees down. So the thighs are vertical here. Now I'm going to ask you to still hold on to the right leg, and you can hold above or below the knee, whatever works for you. And you'll bring the left leg to a table position. So the right heel is down by the mat closer, and the left shin is parallel to the ground. Take the left leg out to the side, and then inner thigh will draw to the center, hinge at the hip, and tap the left toes towards the mat, and the low belly will bring it up. And then bring the left leg out to the side, and then draw it to your center, and tap it downward, and low belly brings it up. One more time like this, take it out to the side, and then tap it down, draw the thigh to a vertical position, and then drop the left heels down by the buttock, and left hand comes onto the knee. This time, take the right hand away and bring the right leg to a table position, shin parallel to the ground. Take the right leg out to the side, and then feel the inner thigh side oblique draw it in, and then tap it away from you, and then feel how the pelvis wants to tilt with it, but we're not going to let it. And again, bring the leg out to the side. Inner thigh of the right leg connects to the left side waist, and then tap it away and pull that low belly in, tighten your waistline to draw it up. One more time, take it out to the side, pull it into the center, and tap it away and draw it back in. And then go ahead and rest the right heels down. Take the left hand off those. So now you have two hands down on the mat. You can work with the shins higher if you want more challenge, or keep the heels lower where I have them, okay? So in either position here, we're going to take both knees open wide. And then as if it's hard to do, use the pelvic floor, use your side waist, draw the knees together. And then we're going to lower both legs down. You won't be able to go as far. And then low belly is going to pull in, draw both knees up, take both knees wide when you inhale. And with the exhale, the sit bones draw together to draw them close. Take an inhale as you lower, and on the exhale, pull the belly in, tighten the waist, the legs come back up. One more like this, legs open wide with the inhale. On the exhale, really feel the waistline and pelvic floor to bring them together. And then legs lower just a little and draw them back up. And then one more time, take those knees in close and get a stretch in the low back. Try to pull the abdomen away from the legs, even though we're pulling those knees in close. And then rock back to the bottom of the sacrum. Feel the low back muscles lifting. Place the hands on the knees again, okay? With hands on the knees, you want to feel that hip crease is deep into the body because the lower abs are pulling down. Make sure you still feel the sit bones drawing together, and it should feel like you're zippering up a tight wetsuit. The waistline will narrow. And then bring the arms straight up to the ceiling, palms facing each other. Feel free to keep the heels lower or bring the heels up so the shins are parallel to the ground. And then we'll stretch the left arm and the left leg out, and you'll draw it back in. And then exhale, right arm, right leg out, and draw it back in. As you're taking the arm and the leg apart from each other, you'll pull the leg back into the body from the abs, and the abs will keep the rib cage from popping open here. Finish, right leg, right arm, and then take a pause. Now we're going to switch, and we'll do right leg and left arm, and then switch again, and we'll take right arm and left leg. Now find an X across your center, connecting right hip to left ribs and left ribs to right hip. And feel that in the center of that X, right around the navel, you're going to pull everything into that center. And let's finish with the second side. So probably you're extending the left leg and the right arm. And then go ahead and take both feet down on the ground. Bring the arms at your side. And now take both knees off towards the right. Let the left hip lift. Extend the left hip away from you so the left leg looks as long as the right. And then push down through your right shoulder, but lift your right ribs and let the right ribs lift as the left ribs pull the legs back to center. And then take both knees off towards your left. Try to push the right hip away. So if you sneak a peek, you want to try and make your right leg look as long as the left. But then press down through the left shoulder to lift the left ribs and pull the right ribs down. And again, that pulls the knees back into the center. From here, weight into the bottom of the sacrum again. Draw the sit bones together, carve the abdominals, and we're going to bring one leg to a table position, and you'll follow it with the other leg. And now take both hands up towards the ceiling again. Again, you can work with your heels lower, especially if you feel like you're working too much from your quads. Now this time, we're going to bring the right arm and the right leg out to the side, and then draw it back into center, left arm, left leg, move out to the side, and pull it back into center. Switch again, right arm, right leg. Feel how the side oblique activates to draw it in. Maybe you have more range of motion on one side than the other. And we'll do one more on each side. And then we're going to switch again and do opposite arm and leg. So take the opposite arm and leg out. Feel how the range of motion is more, but you still get lots of side oblique work. Try to draw your rib cage together in the front and anchor those front ribs down into the back of the ribs. Let's try it one more here. Now I'm going to ask you to do kind of a funny thing. You're going to think I'm a little funny here. So now what you'll be doing is take the right leg, right arm all the way to the side until it tips you over. So go all the way to the side. And then you're going to start peeling the left arm and the left leg up. And you're going to roll on the sacrum and you'll go all the way onto the left side. Yeah, kind of like a top or something. And then go all the way back. So peel the right arm and right leg open and let that carry you off to the right side. And then notice here, is it the arm or the leg that's initiating this movement? And I'm not saying there's a right or wrong, but we're just noticing. And then we're going to go off to the side that's facing the camera. And I hope you have your ball, because we're going to take the ball underneath the bottom knee. So whatever knee is there, you're going to go ahead and take it underneath and stack the top leg on the bottom leg. Okay, so here we are. Bottom knee on the ball. And then the arms are still out in front here. But now I'm going to start sweeping just the arm up. And I'm going to go back, back, back and lay my chest open to the ceiling. And then make sure that the back is comfortable here in this twist. Feel how the pelvis is rotated off to one side. And we'll keep the pelvis rotated, but we're going to lift the top leg up a little bit without moving the pelvis and then drop it down. And you're going to lift it up. And you'll feel the side waist work. You'll feel the glute work as you lift the leg up. The next time that the leg lifts, you'll keep it up. And now find the bottom leg, bring the bottom leg to the top leg and lower it back down. And then use that inner thigh and side oblique to draw that bottom leg up to the top leg. You'll feel both sides of the waistline tighten. And then go ahead and just take the top leg up. Draw me little circles now with the top knee. Again, I'm still in that rotation, very little circles. And then circles the other way. Kind of drawing it with my glute. And then find stillness and let's bring that bottom leg up to the top leg. And then lower both legs down on the ball. And then big side waist, and that brings both knees up. And we're going to lower them down and pull the abs, tighten the waist, lift both knees up. Let's do one more. And then both legs go down on the ball. Bring that arm that you swept across the ceiling back towards the camera again. And then we're going to use that same funny way to open the arm and the leg out to roll off to the other side. Grab your ball so you can take your ball with you. And then just go ahead and place the ball underneath the knee and you're facing off the other way. Now take that top arm again and then make a rainbow across the ceiling to open your chest to face the ceiling. And then make any adjustment you need so that the back is more comfortable here. Notice how the pelvis is rotating. And then find your side waist. Glute muscles help to draw the top leg up a little and down a little. And it never lifts straight up to the ceiling because my pelvis is rotated. Feel the side oblique work. Feel the glute inner thigh work. Let's do one more here. Keep the leg lifted and little circles with the knee. Just little circles. Try not to jiggle around. And then reversive circles. And then please keep the top leg still. Find your bottom leg, draw it to the top leg, and then lower it down on the ball. Feel the side waist work to draw it up and inner thigh. And we'll do that 2 more times. Top leg joining the bottom leg, or rather bottom joining the top, right? And then stay up at the top, 2 legs at the top, lower both legs down on the ball and lift both legs up. And we'll lower down. Exhale, brings the leg up. Bottom inner thigh works, side waist works. And we'll do one more. And then take both hands back towards the ball side. And then we'll leave the ball and come all the way around again to the first side. And then this time, once you're on the side again, facing the camera, we're going to now lay all the way down. Okay, so now I'm facing the camera. I'm going to be all the way down, and my legs are both bent and they're stacked. Find a comfortable position for the head. Take padding on the hip if you need it. And then I'm going to bring my top elbow and my top knee together. And then I'm going to lengthen both out. And I'm going to draw them together. And I'm lengthening out. Use your abdominals. Try to find a nice extension here. Good. And two more. And one last one. Good. And then lengthening out here. Now I'm going to work with kind of like a leg swing. And I'm going to ask us, I don't usually teach this, but if it's comfortable, I'm going to come up on this bottom forearm. And I'm going to rest kind of behind my ear there. Okay. So if this doesn't work for your neck, don't do it. That's fine. It does give you this nice stretch down in the serratus, that armpit muscle. From here, I want you to push this top leg away from the inner thigh, flex the foot, and it's going to be about hip high. Now bring the top arm by the ear, and then we're going to take the top leg backwards and the top arm forwards, and then bring the leg forward and the arm back. And then bring the leg backwards in a hip extension, and we'll take the arm back as the leg moves forward. So we're getting a nice oppositional counterweight, right? Pull the abs in to draw the leg forward, and then squeeze the glute to draw it back. Make sure there's no rib thrust. And then pause in the middle. We'll take a little stretch in the middle, pulling the heel in close here. As you pull the heel in close as the knee allows, press the knee away from your head, but pull your sit bones in the direction you're facing. That'll give you a little more stretch in the psoas in the front of the thigh. Okay, stretch the leg out long. Again, it's going to be hip high. Push through your inner thigh like you want to stand on the wall. This time, bring the arm straight up to the ceiling. Externally rotate that top arm until you feel your back muscles and the shoulder girdle. Now back to our leg swings. Abs pull the leg forward, and again, glute squeezes and draws it back. Now we don't have that counterweight of the arm. So find the stability of the pelvis. Pull the leg forward from the abs, but pull in the belly as the leg goes back so the ribs don't flare. And we're not taking the hips along with the leg. One more. And then bend both knees. Now press yourself up on your elbow. So here's where if you have your ring, yes, we'll use the ring. And here's where, for those of you that don't have a ring, you could use your yoga block. Like this. Yeah. So you can use your yoga block here in front. Okay. Now, but I'm going to use my ring because I have my ring. Draw your knees backwards a little bit so the feet come behind you. We're getting ready for a side plank. So you want to pay attention to this shoulder that's supporting you. I want you to roll the front of the shoulder backwards, press into the forearm, and then use your back muscles to pull the shoulder blade away from the ear. You want to feel the ribs tighten right around the side seam of your shirt. And then let's take this top hand onto the ring or your block, fingers straight. So don't grab the ring, please. Fingers straight. And then you're going to lift your side waist, lift the hips, and lower it back down. And again, lift up and go ahead and press into the ring or press into the block. And you'll feel the back muscles, shoulder girdle muscles on the top arm as well. Now, if this is easy, we can add more, and we're going to lift the top leg, and then down you go. And then press and lift. Don't add that top leg if you're already finding it's enough challenge. But if you do add the top leg, you feel the bottom hip and glute work more. And one more. Good. And then press yourself up and then turn yourself around, please. And we'll start down now without the ring, all the way down on the side, knees bent. And you don't have to have the knees at any particular angle, anything that feels comfortable to you. Support the head and then bring your top elbow towards that top knee and find an extension. Exhale or inhale, coordinate the breath as you want. Notice that you're doing a little bit of a side bend here. And that would be fine. Good. Let's do 3 more. Really pull the belly in to draw that knee in. And one last one. Good. Stretch that leg out long. If it's okay for your neck and your shoulder, come up onto the forearm. And then stretch that top leg out. Pull it away from you, that inner thigh is getting nice and long. Then bring it backwards a little bit. Bring the top arm forward, and then you'll switch. Leg comes forward, arm goes back. Notice how nice and stable you can feel here, especially if you move from the abdominals. Pull the ribs together as the leg goes back, and pull in the seat belt area as well. My abs pull that leg forward. Let's do one more. And end up with the leg backwards. And then we'll bend it for a stretch. Pull the heel in close. And again, if you don't have any knee pain, press the knee away from your head and just pull that sit bone forward. And then stretch the leg out long. Try to keep it hip high. Flex the foot. Bring the top arm. And now externally rotate it. And when I do that, I feel all the muscles around the shoulder girdle. That gets my back involved. Now we're recruiting our back more to stabilize. You can also press down the leg that's in the seat, down into the mat, and that will help to stabilize. Good. Nice hip extension. Try to pull the ribs together and in as that leg goes back. Just one more here. And then bend both legs again. Now we're coming up. And here's where we'll be on our elbow. Make sure your elbow is under your shoulder. And by the way, if you have an unhappy shoulder, you do not have to lift your hips. You might just lift the waist, and that might be plenty. We'll still use the ring in front. Draw the knees back in line with the hips, just as much as you're able. And then find this lifting out of the armpit. So I press down and lift up. I hollow the armpit, and I feel the front of my shoulder rolling backwards. Use straight fingers on this ring. Make sure you're not crunching up here, but have the ring be a little forward. And then lift the hips, sideways lifts, press down onto the ring. Good. And lift. And press. Feel the bottom hip, the bottom waistline draw up. Get that press down into the block or the ring. Now add that leg lift if you want, or not. When I lift it, I really notice I get some more hip work, some more leg work, even with the bottom leg. Good, one more time. Very good. Now from here, we're going to come down onto the belly. And down on the belly here, let's bend the arms. And you'll be looking straight down. Find a place that's comfortable for the arms. It might be hands under nose, could be hands under forehead, whatever feels comfortable for you. And because we're going to focus on the breath here at first, make sure the legs are a comfortable distance apart. And now when you breathe, I want you to breathe in and try and inflate the back of the ribs up to the ceiling. And then you'll just let it go. So continue breathing in, trying to inflate the back ribs. Imagine there are those water wings that the kids wear, and you're just going to breathe in and observe how your whole spine is moving. So when I take a big breath in there, I notice my pubic bone gets heavier. And then when I let the breath go out, my pubic bone gets lighter. See if you can feel that kind of almost rocking with the breath. Now I'm going to ask you to change it just a little. So after you breathe in deeply, then you'll exhale and pull the pelvic floor up, pull up pubic bone to navel, and hopefully you'll feel the pubic bone is still heavy into the mat. So we'll keep that. And then just bend the right leg, draw the right heel into the buttock, and then bend the left leg, keeping the abdomen quiet, the spine quiet. Think of just connecting the heel into the sit bone here. Try to keep both hip points level and do one more. Good. Take a rest with the legs, unshrug, and then press into your forearms and lift the chest up just a little bit. But you're still looking down, nothing dramatic happened. Now try to pull your rib cage together in the front. So hopefully with the weight in your arms, you'll be able to do that a little bit. You're still thinking of inflating the back of the ribs. From here, now when you bend the right leg, I want you to lift the left arm a little bit. So like you're going to salute and then bring it down. And then when you bend the left leg, you're going to bring the right hand kind of to a salute. And then continue that. Continue pulling up pubic bone to navel. Gaze is down. Back of the neck is long here. Finish with the right hand and the left leg. And then as you lay down, take the arms out straighter. I'm going to work on this with a straighter leg. So a straighter leg, straighter arms. When you take the arms out here, make sure your hands are wider than your shoulders. And then go on your fingertips, what I call spider hands, like you're holding like an egg underneath your palm. If your shoulders aren't happy here, go back to a bent arm, and that's fine. But otherwise, we're going to keep our fingertips on the ground there. Inflate the back of the ribs to the ceiling again, and then find that internal zipper, pull up pubic bone to navel. Now stretch the right leg back, push it away from you, and we're going to lift the right leg and the left arm. And then, oh no, sorry, we're not going to do that. I'm going the wrong way here. We're going to lift the right leg up and lower it down. And lift the left leg. And down. Good. Push the right leg away from you. Keep it really straight. And down you go. And then push that left leg and lower it down. One more time with the right. And one more time with the left. And now push the right leg away and keep it up. And then push the left leg away and keep it up. And then give me a little flutter kick with very straight legs. Moving from the top of the thigh, no bend at the knees here. Make sure your ribs are still inflated to the ceiling. And now if you're able, you're just going to press your middle finger and lift the rest of the fingers. Otherwise, you can keep all the fingertips down. If this still feels easy, give me a little flutter kick with the arms. And we're still kicking with the legs, holding our waistline up, pulling up pubic bone to navel. And then go ahead and rest everything down. Bend your knees, and then just windshield wiper the legs back and forth here. And then hands under your shoulders, go ahead and press all the way up into an all fours position, and then all the way back into a child's pose. Extend your arms forward here. So instead of rounding into a little ball here, I want you to stretch out long, 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 okay? So this is your extension. You'll get to round the back as we pull ourselves up. Start from the belly, pulling into your back, come up to an all fours, and here will be your cat stretch. And then think of extending the spine as you go back. Look forward to the hands so the chest faces the front of the mat. And then round your back here and pull your shoulders down your back, even in the cat stretch. And then go back here and extend your spine. Push the hands away from you. Pull the hands towards you as you pull the navel into your back, come up into the cat stretch. And then one more time, extend your chest forward, look up slightly in the extension, and then come to all fours. From here, we're going to walk ourselves back even off your mat a little bit if you have room. And we're going to do something a little bit unusual here again today. We're going to start crawling. We're going to crawl by lifting the opposite arm and leg. And you're going to crawl very mindfully to the front of the mat. So same arm and same leg, lifting at the very same time. So that's what I really want you to pattern. You're going to lift them at the same time. And then when you get to the front of the mat, we get to go backwards, but lift the arm and the leg at the very same time. And you might find it's a little more challenging to go backwards. I know it's a little more challenging for me to synchronize, oh my goodness, opposite arm and leg. Okay, and then once you're in the middle of the mat, we're going to feel here, you're drawing the ribs up, and we're going to lift the opposite arm and the leg, extend them, and then take it down. And you're going to switch. So we're not going to hold it too long. We're just going to go side to side here. Opposite arm and leg. Try to finish on your second side so you're even, and then you'll pause. Now we're going to crawl sideways. When we crawl sideways, we're going to lift the same arm and the leg, and then take a step to the side. Then you're going to go just a few steps to the one side, and then same arm, same leg, lifts at the same time. You're going to feel like you're lumbering. For some reason, I feel like a bear. And then I'm going to work my way back into the center, same arm, same leg. Now, once you're back in the center of the mat, I want you to just start taking your chest to the right, but not your right hip. Pull your right hip off to the left, and then see if you can lift the left arm and the left leg. Pulling that right hip off to the left, and then take the left arm, left leg down. Just the chest is going to go to the left. Pull your left hip to the right, lift the right arm and the right leg. And if you are almost there, that's good too. And then right arm, right leg go down. Just take your chest to the right, pull the right hip to the left. Last time on the left side, try to lift arm and leg. And then here we go, down, over, chest to the left. Pull the left hip into the right. So you really need to hug your midline, and let's try here the other way. Good. Come back to the center. Take the weight out of the wrists so you can just flop them around a little bit. While I tell you the next thing we're doing is a push-up. We're going to be doing a push-up, and we're going to be lifting our knees 1 inch. And we've done both those things before, but now we'll kind of sort of combine them. So come back to a quadruped position, and then it's your choice whether you're doing your push-up with elbows to the side or backwards if you want to get your triceps. Okay, everybody curl your toes under, and then feel here the waistline pull up and the ribs pull up, but I still have my natural curve. And now you're going to bend your elbows, go into your push-up. And then when the arms go straight, you're going to suck your thighs up, lift the knees an inch. Knees down, elbows bend, elbows straight, and pull the knees up. And then again, you're going to bend in that push up and draw that low belly in, draw the knees up, and you'll bend and knees lift. And we get to do one more of each. And then go ahead and push all the way to high kneeling. Okay, so here we are in a kneeling position. Go ahead and check to make sure. So look behind, make sure that your feet are going straight out. So I do not want your feet going together, okay? Because that's going to turn your legs out, and that's not what we want unless it hurts your knees. So here, I want you to press down through your shins, find that energetic lift, and draw the front and the back together. So I'm going to lift in the low belly, but I'm going to lift through the back body as well, and have that sense that you're drawing your rib cage away from the pelvis. And then notice if you're squeezing your glutes to do this. So please don't do that. Try pulling the knees energetically together, and that should help to take it out of the glutes, and that'll bring it more into the deeper core. Now bring the arms out to the side, externally rotate the upper arms so you feel the back muscles, and then keep the right foot on the ground, but lift the right knee. And then take it down, and we're going to switch sides. So keep the foot on the ground and just try lifting the knee. Pull all the muscles into your spine, and then see if you can actually lift the whole leg, maybe. Do a better job than I did. Good, and we're just going to go side to side here. Good. And let's try another one each side. We're having fun. Okay, good. From here, take the right leg all the way out to the side, touch it with the left hand, come back to center, and then switch sides. And we're going to go into kind of a kneeling lunge. And I want you to twist and pick up the pace. And twist and twist. Find your waist. Good. Tap it. One more set. Okay, good job. All right, so now we're coming into a mermaid situation, and we'll take the roller for some side bending. So I'm going to sit in a mermaid. If that doesn't work for you, sit another way, okay? Just sit cross-legged or legs straight. We're going to use the roller, if you have it, away from the feet. So my feet are here, my roller is here. If you don't have a roller, you'll still be able to do the side bending. So I'll show you without the roller. It's going to look like this. I'm just bending the arm. Okay, if you have the roller, place your little finger side of the hand on it. If you have the roller, we're going to start working the serratus and shoulder again. Okay, so just know you're going to use that. And then roll the roller away, lift your side waist, come up and over. And then you're going to draw the roller in. And you feel the shoulder and the back muscles help draw it in, as well as the side obliques. Good, so come up and over. Both sides of the body long. One more. Good. And then we'll switch it around, roller to the other side. Again, if you can find this mermaid situation, then we'll be sitting here. Could be different hips, different sides, that's fine. So roller is away from the feet if you're sitting in a mermaid. And then here, you want to be cautious of this shoulder, okay? You do work, hopefully, the back of the shoulder and the tricep, not the front. So you want to karate chop it kind of, and then think of lifting your underside waist and come up and over. And pull yourself back up. Good. And up and over, here we go. Good. And take a stretch. Try to reach to the ceiling. And one more. Good. Now, find your ring, or if you don't have the ring for this one, you could hold your yoga block and it would work just fine. So I'm going to put my feet on the roller and I'm going to have my mat behind me. So we're going to be laying down soon. With the ring, I'm going to reach forward, or you're going to reach with your yoga block, spread your shoulder blades apart. So we did this earlier in class. As I spread and reach, I kind of press into my prop so I feel these muscles tighten around the armpit, and then come back to that posterior tilt. And like we did earlier, you're going to keep pulling the abdomen back to try to put your spine down, but the arms pull forward and come all the way down. And once you're all the way down on the mat, you're going to zip up your inner thighs and pull the roller in, and then stretch the roller out. Move your feet where you need them to be. So think of those inner thighs as zipping up, and then feeling low core draws the roller in. And then keep the roller in close, and we'll do what's called barrel walking. With barrel walking, it's a lot about stabilization. So make sure you have the pelvic floor in the game, and you feel that pulling up, carving of the abs, waistline together, all the ribs on the mat as you pitter patter the roller away from you, and then little steps draw the roller in. And again, here, the idea is stabilizing through the torso as the legs are doing those little steps. Just try one more time in and out here. And then once the roller is in, go ahead and actually step over it, pull it in close in towards the buttocks, and then begin lifting the hips up, pulling the abs down, come up into a nice bridge, press your knees away from you, let the sternum soften, and then go down from the top of the spine to the bottom. As you're coming down, you're going to feel your ribs, your waistline. Try to put the low back down, feel the abs are scooped, and then you're going to lift those low back muscles, get that co-contraction going on, where the back muscles contract and lift up, but the abdomen pulls down. And then come into a posterior tilt. Keep pulling the belt line down as you press into the feet and come up into your nice bridge. Inner thighs find a magnetism towards each other. Curl the pubic bone into the navel more, and then go down through your spine again, kind of ripple it down top to the bottom. And then at the very bottom, you're going to place your left foot on the roller and send the roller away. And here's where we'll use the ring to stretch, or you could use a strap. You'll place the ring on the right foot. Begin pressing the right sit bone in towards the left heel to stretch out the right side of the back. And then you'll keep that action as you contract the muscles around the right knee and pull the right toes back towards you. Press out through the heel. And then keeping that, maybe you can bring the foot slightly closer to the hip. But you really probably won't be able to come much further, because I'm asking you to keep the sides of the pelvis equal length here. And then hold your prop in the right hand, take the right leg out to the side, press your left inner thigh away, press your right inner thigh away, and then turn your head to the left and begin pulling the muscles at the pelvis from right to left. Pull your waist from right to left. And you're going to pull your ribs from right to left as well. That'll actually give you more stretch in the inner right thigh. And then connect that inner right thigh to the left side waist, draw the leg to the vertical again. And then here in the vertical, pull the leg bone down deep into the hip socket. And you're going to keep the right glute grounded and bring the foot slightly left until you start to feel a stretch, probably on the outer side of the leg, somewhere along that iliotibial band. And then release the right leg, The right leg can find the roller and we'll bring the left foot into the ring. Or your strap, again, will work fine here. And then right away, begin pressing the left sit bone towards your right heel. Feel that nice length in the low back. Contract around the knee. Pull the toes back as you press the heel up. And feel the back of the knee open. And feel here, maybe you can bring the foot slightly closer to the head. And that actually is not priority at all. Priority would be lengthening the low back first, and then you'll still get a hamstring stretch here as long as you contract the muscles at the knee. That has to be there. And then just bring the leg out to the left. Extend through both inner thighs. That'll help to lengthen the back. And then turn the head to the right arm to the right, and begin to pull your core muscles left to right. Think of connecting your left inner thigh to your right side waist. As you lift the leg to the ceiling, take the gaze to the ceiling. And then pull the leg bone deep into the hip socket here. Ground the left glute down into the mat. Now the foot goes slightly right. I just move it a few inches, and then I right away start feeling that IT bend stretch. And then let's join the right leg to the left leg in the strap. Bend both knees, take them out to the side, and pull the heels in towards your pelvis. And just hopefully this will give you a nice stretch in the inner groin. Little deeper stretch here. And then you can push both legs straight. Feel free to rock yourself up or roll off to the side. And we have to end it here. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Trying to see who joined us.